Hey, welcome back to STR Unfiltered. I'm Bill Faith, your host, founder of Build Short-Term Rental Wealth, the STR Wealth Conference, and 34 other startups. Today, I want to talk about five-star reviews. We all know the importance of them, but how do we get them every single time? Well, here's what I'm going to tell you is the strategy I'm going to share with you is effective with every single guest, but it's actually harder work if we don't implement this strategy to get VRBO, Verbo reviews. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So the reviews that we get are so valuable. They literally help our algorithm rankings. They help us jump up. If you go a long period of time, like if you have a stagnant 2 weeks, 3 weeks without a booking, really what you need to do is you need to get a review. It doesn't even matter if it's a 5-star review or a 4-star review. You just need to get a review. And if you can get two, you're really going to see that those bookings start coming in waves. So just think about that for a minute. Almost every time that we get bookings, they come in clusters, whether it's Verbo or Airbnb. But I see this a lot more happening on Airbnb. And so we want to induce those clusters. So getting 5-star reviews is going to increase social proof. It's going to increase our validity. It's going to increase when that validity, when people are looking, one of the first things they're looking at is your review score, right? When I'm investing into a brand new market, I'm looking at average review score. And the lower that score is, the more opportunity it creates for me. So I'm just going to kind of walk through this with you briefly because this all starts, and you've heard me talk about this before. If you remember the 2022 STR Wealth Conference, I told everybody on stage about the welcome video that I do. This starts well before anybody checks in, but there's some important things that you have to do when the guests check out and then even after checkout to get them to leave a review, right? It's not as simple on Verbo as it is on Airbnb. Remember, on Verbo, we literally have to click a button to request a review. And if we go in and we review, it doesn't automatically trigger a message to go to that guest for them to come back and review us like it does on Airbnb. So it's not as streamlined like as Uber or Lyft or Airbnb is. We got to do a little bit more work. And that's where this process becomes really important. But it all starts with building the relationship, building the trust. Obviously, we got to deliver a great experience from a hospitality standpoint, but we can overcome some shortcomings. And as I'm recording this right now, I'm literally going through an issue with a co-hosting client, a guest that's staying where the pool that we had a storm 2 days before they checked in. The gap day between the storm and the day that they checked in, the breaker was tripped in the storm. The pool had algae in it. My QC did not go and look at the pool. Literally, the guest checked in, there was algae in the pool. Well, that just doesn't go away overnight. So we had to shock the pool the night that they arrived. Today is literally their second day, their first full day. They checked in last night and we came in, we put some solution in. And in the morning, I said my pool company did, I didn't. And we're having to recover. Essentially, it's foggy. The algae is gone after last night, but it's foggy. So how I handle that is going to determine what the review process is going to be. How I handle that is going to be the 100% determination of if they have a good experience or a bad experience. So immediately last night when this started happening, I texted my cleaner, said, "Hey, Michelle, I need you to pick up a charcuterie, drop it off for them." So we dropped off a nice large charcuterie board. Remember, actually, I think it was 2 boards. Remember, this is a 7-bedroom, 6-bath that sleeps 18 people. So there's a lot of people there. So we did 2 charcuterie boards. Those were dropped off about 11:30 today. I've been in constant communication with them all day. I told them when the pool guy was coming by, he went by 3 times today. He's communicating with them. They're cool. I've already implemented a discount for them. This is a $7,000 booking. I gave them $500 immediately without them even asking. So charcuterie boards delivered, great communication with me, great communication with the actual pool guy on site. Didn't give them like cell phone numbers or anything like that, but also gave them a discount without them even asking. That's how important these reviews are to me. So now I have to make sure that I sustain that relationship all the way through until they check out. And I think they're there until Sunday. So it's basically a week-long booking, which is awesome before Memorial Day. Now when they check out, I'm going to get a message from Airbnb. This is an Airbnb booking. I'm going to get a message from them. Usually comes in, it depends. It's not always the exact same time, sometime between like 1 and 4 o'clock. And this is where, number one, speed becomes absolutely critical. I see way too many of you, and especially, you lazy co-hosts that are out there, you're literally taking a day to 2 days to go in and review your guests. You should have quality control done before 11 a.m. Almost every one of us has 10 a.m. checkouts. The first responsibility of your cleaner should be to do major quality control. I'm not talking about looking at like everything, but the major stuff. Make sure that your ceiling fans are working, your televisions are good, that the refrigerator's good, the beverage fridge is good, whatever you have, the major stuff that is good. No tears in the and no damage to, the front door, no tears in the couches, that type of stuff. Just to make sure there's nothing major. Because if there is, we need time to recover. And if they do a walkthrough in every room and they look at linens, they look at towels, they look at showers, they look at sinks, they look at the kitchen, they open up the dishwasher, all that type of stuff, they should be able to tell within 10 to 15 minutes, no more than 15 minutes. Like I've got a house in Banner Oak, North Carolina that's 3 levels. I've got hot tubs. I've got 2.25 acres. I've got a 3 car garage that's been converted with a bathroom that's been converted into a huge game room. And I've got a guest house with 2 full ensuite bedrooms, kitchen, family room, all that stuff. And we can do QC on that in 15 minutes for the major stuff, right? So it's not that big of a deal, but we need to have that in place because speed to be the first person to review before the guests do is huge. Because if everything's great with the guest, I had a great relationship with them, I can go in and like this guest, Sandy, that I'm having the problem with, I want to let her know, hey, Sandy, sorry for some of the issues that you dealt with. You're a fantastic guest. Loved you guys. Thanks for the way that you handled it. Hopefully you enjoyed that charcuterie board, the 2 charcuterie boards that we dropped off. By the way, I wish all of our other guests were as understanding as you, especially dealing with a small family business. Even though it's a co-hosting client, I've got a business for that, for that she still believes that is my house, right? So I treat it like that. I communicate with her like that. And I want to leave that review first and let her know that I have left her a 5-star review. So here's where this process becomes critical. Speed, I always am leaving my guest reviews first, and then I'm sending them the message, the private message to let them know. And I don't do it in the review. I go back into the inbox and do this manually and let them know, hey, Sandy, this is Bill. Thanks again. By the way, have safe travels home. I just left you a 5-star review. And I am paraphrasing right now. I just left you a 5-star review. I wish all my guests were as amazing as you are. Thank you for taking such great care of our family house. Bill, Bria, Gentry, and Oakley. Signing off as my family, referred to as our family beach house, as our family cabin, whatever it is. And what that does is it inserts a level of reciprocity. And, there's guilt that happens if she had a good stay and she might be thinking about leaving a 4-star review on whatever that is. But oh man, Bill communicated so well. He was really fast to respond. He got this stuff taken care of. He sent us charcuterie boards. He gave us a $500 discount, without us even having to ask. Very proactive. You know what? I want to go back there and stay because the house is amazing. The way that his wife designed this property was just, next level stuff. So that reciprocity becomes critical. But there's one more thing that you have to do. You have to send a text message to Sandy. Send them a text message. And I'm not like taking it and doing it through Market My SCR. Just literally do it from my phone because it does institute a manual process. I cannot automate this. Hey, Sandy, thanks again for staying with us. Hopefully you're having a safe drive home. I just sent you a message in Airbnb and left you a 5-star review. Thank you so much for being amazing or awesome. Emoji, emoji, emoji. Just super short, super simple. Now she's going to get the email notification, number 1, that I have already left her a review. Number 2, she's going to get the private message that I've sent to her. So that's 2 in-platform communications. And then I'm shooting her the text message. That text message is the critical one. It's got to be personalized. You need to have emojis in it. And it makes 100% certainty that she sees that I've left her a 5-star review. 100% certainty that she knows it's time for her to go in and review. That does not mean you're going to have 100%, but we're literally looking at like 65, 66, 67% on average of the number of reviews that people are getting. You have to magnify this times 10 on Verbo. So this process is 10 times more important for you to follow it on Verbo if you want to get 5-star reviews every single time. Now, obviously, there's going to be a 4-star that kicks in once in a while. It's just inevitable. There's a lot of people who just don't understand the ranking system, or they have different beliefs, or, whatever that is. Don't fret about it. A 4-star review is better than a no-star review, just FYI. So start right off the beginning, building relationship, building rapport, helping your guests, great hospitality. The speed of how you react in your messaging is an absolutely critical point in your hospitality. and then make sure you follow through with what I just said. The communication, review first, actually send a dedicated message after you left the review, and then follow up with the text messages. And watch, you'll start getting 20 to 30% more reviews. How you handle it is going to determine if they're 4 stars or 5 stars. Thanks for joining me on this episode of STR Unfiltered. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Happy hosting.
Thank you for listening to STR Unfiltered, where we give you actionable episodes without the bullshit.